Connections Podcast, episode 2.
Yes, sir.
This time it's not just the sponsors, man. We got a couple of our guest speakers from our last event, Motion Sucess. Y'all wanna introduce yourselves?
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Yo, it's Ayo from Motion Sucess. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. You know, definitely tapped in with you guys on the last event. Y'all doing a lot of dope things. So I feel like, yo, we gonna be here sharing games, sharing knowledge, and, connecting.
That's a fact. Cody from Motion Sucess. Listen, y'all, I just want to say appreciate you guys for extending the invite. This one is kind of long overdue, but I'm glad we was able
I'm
to
glad
get
you
it
said
out.
that because I was gonna say it. Nah, but the reason I let them introduce themselves rather than give them their own introduction is because they actually do have a podcast as well. If y'all not familiar, Motion Success, obviously. Y'all see, they came merch. Yeah, they got the merch.
I'm playing too. It's crazy.
We are dropping that, by the way.
I don't honestly, merch was never really like a big focus, but I feel like at some point we probably might. And not like it's not like too much of a priority right now.
But if you were to do that, what's something you can expect? Like hat wear, sweatsuits. What's some of the ideas you want to push for your merch?
Probably sweatsuits.
Definitely sweatsuits, yeah.
Tees, graphics. Graphic tees. Nice quality stuff.
Of course.
Copy.
And before we jump into things, I just want to give a special shout out. So I went to the Fine Wine Festival out in it's in New York. It's in New York. I mean, they travel everywhere, but I went to the New York City Fine Wine Festival a month ago. Yeah, it's like beginning of September, I think. And I met these two girls, two beautiful black queens. Gotta give them a shout out. They gave this what do you call it, non-alcoholic wine brand. It's called Proprio, right?
Yes,
so we
sir.
got the
Sauvignon Blanco and the rosé version.
The rosé, you feel me? So those of you out there, that's into having wine, but y'all can't take the alcohol, or any local churches out there that's trying to make sure nobody gets a little too crazy off the wine. This is definitely a brand to tap in with.
Definitely. If you want to wind down, have a good sip. If you don't want to get a quick buzz, these definitely on your go-to options.
Yeah. So I mean, fellas, what y'all think about it? I just had the. Well, you said this is called the Blanco, right?
Yeah, Sauvignon Blanco.
The Sauvignon. He's the bartender. You know more than
Yeah,
me. I had the Sauvignon Blanco. Like I said, it tastes like church wine. I'm not gonna lie to you. It do taste like church wine. I didn't try the rosé yet, but what y'all think about it?
Rosé was like my favorite. Actually, which one was this one?
The Blanco.
I tried that one. That was that's my favorite so far.
I definitely want to give a shout out to the rosé. It's pretty sweet so far. I love the aromatic sense to it, but I want to try some of the Sauvignon Blanco. Blanco definitely gives off like a bitter taste to it, so I love to see how that effect would be.
He should know. He's the expert.
Respectfully.
Exactly.
The expert.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like after going to Fine Wine, I feel like I learned a little something. You feel me? Whether it's like about the taste, the smell. Those bougie people that just.
Nah, I definitely want to learn that though. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like I became one of those people. So yeah, if you ain't go to Fine Wine, I definitely say check that event out. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of beautiful women in this spot. So, fellas,
Ran down on something.
We can't talk about that on camera now. You don't know who's watching. We can't talk about that on camera.
Yeah, it's fun out there.
A few of my close friends, you know what's up. That's all I got.
Yo, but before we get too far, we're gonna run back. But like, Brace, introduce you and tell them who you are.
Yeah, so for those of y'all, I feel like, for the audience so far, y'all should all know me by now, but for those of you that's brand new, or even if you're coming from the Motion Success, we call it the community, my name is Brees. So a little bit about me, from Brooklyn, New York, I just turned 29, I'm an accountant. Oh, damn, bro, you're making me feel old with that. I'm an accountant, I'm a day trader, entrepreneur. I've been in different fields and whatnot. Testing out some new stuff as well right now. Mainly in the media space, so I'm thinking about getting into photography. I got camera and everything, just starting to learn it. Music platforms, I got a music platform on the way. I've been doing some A&R work for some of my artist friends. So yeah, Road Connection sponsor, obviously. And yeah, that's really the most I could think of myself right now, but I'm sure my bio will be somewhere by the time this episode's out.
Prince, serial entrepreneur from any business that you might think of. I'm probably in my hands in it. Main core is I do day trading. So Mr. Don't Miss, everybody already know me on Instagram. I'm really elite at what I do.
Talk about it.
I'm really elite at what I do. Brooklyn. I'm actually from Jamaica though, but I came here.
I never knew that.
Yeah, real bad man. From Jamaica, came here, and had to get straight to it. What else about me? I think. Oh yes, founder of Royal Connections, and my two ambassadors right here. And yeah, we're gonna pass over to Corey.
Yes, sir. Thank you, fam. You got Corey in the building, owner of Drink Your Fantasy.
Corey in the house.
Yes, sir.
No trademark, no copyright, none of that.
Mm-hmm. Gonna stamp it right here, Disney. Run me my check, respectfully. But I am the third member of Royal Connections. I just joined along the team early 2025, and ever since then we've been getting the ball rolling. But I run a mobile bartender service, and we service to New York, Jersey, and other tri-state areas. We cater to private events, Airbnbs, and event spaces. Besides from that, I also run a podcast platform called Fantasy TV, where we get the inside scoop on your real passion, dig deep into your aspirations, and make that fantasy dream become a reality.
Like the slogan.
I mean,
And
I'm
then
working on that shit heavy, nigga. Practice that shit.
And then to my right, we got Motion Sucess. Which one of y'all want to go first?
Wait, introduce it. No.
Wait, introduce ourselves again?
Again?
No, I mean like on a personal tip though, like not like a Motion Success. You know what I mean? Like
Like
just like just a little about yourself, even where y'all from.
Oh yeah, so from New York, Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. You know, really just focusing on entrepreneurship, trying to make my first million. You know, I use podcasting as a tool to go out there and build relationships. You know, and now after the past 2 years of learning this podcasting game, really just teaching people how to do it themselves as well. Because podcasting is a huge asset. So people usually think it's about gossip, 50-50 questions, toxic conversations. But if you use podcasting correctly, it could definitely help grow your business for sure. So that's my main focus right now.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Cody pretty much summarized it. We started the podcast out in 2023. I definitely believe we was following each other early on. So you definitely seen the growth.
We've definitely seen
No,
the growth.
definitely.
Yeah,
For sure.
Prince as well too. So
Yeah.
y'all seen the growth from 2023 up until now, and like Cody said, it just came off of building relationships and creating a platform for entrepreneurs to share their stories and really share like how they get to the bag, so somebody else could get to the bag. So that's kind of like what we built our platform off of, and fast forward to today. Now we get to the point where we out sharing that game, sharing that knowledge on how we grew so fast, and how podcasting could be that tool to market your business and really grow, because that's how we met so much people. Like it's even crazy, just people in the DMs reaching out to us, and just like relationships just get built off of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's how true it is too. Cause this is my co-host Mike that actually introduced me to y'all. So it's like, usually it's like I feel like most of the connections I've made like through my What's Cooking platform came like from myself. But usually when Mike steps in, he recommend me to like check somebody out. They're worth checking out. So
Yeah.
I'm glad we always made that Royal Connection at Royal Connections. No pun there, but yeah. So Cody asked me an interesting question. He said, he asked me who's the host and who's the guest. And it's funny he asked me that because I feel like nobody's really the guest today. I feel like, especially too, just with the experience of what we all have through the media space, that we all like are hosting our own way. But no, I did want to open up this discussion more like where everybody's kind of the host there, because I feel like, again, it comes with the experience, of course, from podcasting, but also too because we've all well versed in the entrepreneurship field from whatever industry it is. So the discussion today for the audience that wants to know is gonna be, just typical questions that you probably think about at home, things that, thoughts that come to your head while you're out running your business and stuff like that. So obviously for us, it's been like the first thing we've done since the summer. I feel like the summer, I personally know I enjoyed myself. I don't know. Y'all definitely been working. I give y'all credit. I don't know about y'all. Y'all was with me outside too. Like y'all been doing that thing. I ain't mean it like that. I ain't mean it like that. I mean like that. I'm saying like, you feel me? Like just because everybody know like Road Connections, like we didn't really do much in the summer. It's like, like I could speak for myself and say I've been enjoying my summer and whatnot. Like, you guys been doing your thing and whatnot. And like I said, these guys been working hard and stuff. I've been seeing their content all the time. So, just to open things up, if you guys could think of one lesson that y'all learned this summer from, your entrepreneurship journeys, your personal life journeys, what do you think this summer taught y'all?
Yes, I feel like this summer kind of taught me, like, I'm a person that always likes to have my hands in everything. Like, I need to be here. I need to be here. I need to be here. This summer mainly just taught me about like mental health and like how it plays in a heavy role in being like an entrepreneur. Like, like I felt like this whole summer is like I felt so overwhelmed because my hands was in everything at once, and it's like I didn't have a time to think or breathe. And it's like we all trying to get to the bag, but we don't understand how like, all right, we running. It's a marathon, and like like when you have a marathon, sometimes you're gonna be running fast, sometimes you're gonna be running slow, sometimes you're gonna be running fast again. And the point is to get to the end. If you're running straight, fast, you're gonna get to the end. Then you're gonna be gassed. You ain't gonna have no time to celebrate, no time to do nothing, or might end somewhere else. But that's where this summer really just taught me, like just like chill out a little bit, like. And every opportunity come my way, I don't need to jump into it. I don't need to be in there. Just breathe a little bit.
Yeah. No, definitely. This summer, one of the main lessons I've learned was that you're nothing without your team. From my bartender service aspect, I've done over dozens of events, weddings, private events, nightlife events, and I've realized the assistance that I've got with my team and then without them when I do an event by myself on some one-man army shit. I realized certain things don't go as planned. And you really appreciate the people who you have here who give you assistance, who where they're taking a picture. They went to the store to buy liquor for you. They brought cups. Everything goes in a plane. Just your assistance never goes unrecognized. From the bar back service, whoever's assisting me on an event, whatever the case may be, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
Facts.
For me, bro, honestly, it's kind of funny. Back in August, June, July, we actually went out to Atlanta. And, we got surrounded by some high-level entrepreneurs, and it really just opened my eyes like, yo, there's a lot that we could be doing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the exposure that I had, honestly, really just had me in that mindset like, yo, we got to figure this shit the fuck out. It's like, yo, bro, people out here living in a certain way, and they're doing certain things in their life. And I'm like, yo, bro, you wake up early in the morning, your breath stink in the morning. You got to put on your pants. You got to put one pants on at a time. So what I'm saying is that you're a human just like me. So that's what I started realizing, that there's a lot that we can start getting, obtaining in life. And, I really had that epiphany moment right there. So things just been really focused since that moment up until now.
Facts. For me, honestly, it would probably be like, just knowing like it's okay to miss out on the fun. Cause summertime, it's a lot of distractions. You got the women, you got you got all type of different events, and it's so easy to lose focus in those 2 months. So just knowing that like, yo, it's okay to miss out on certain things, and prioritize like wherever you want to grow at, whether it's personal development, whether it's business. If you lock in for at least like those 2 months, most of the 2 months, like you can have a little fun, but if most of the time you locking in, you focus, you gonna go far. So definitely it was like, being like, it was okay to miss out on certain things,
No, that's what's up. Question, bro. I want to lock in with one of the things you just responded to. You said be specific about where you show your face, certain events. Breeze, being from somebody who's very selective about where he goes outside to what networking events, how are you peculiar about where you show your face?
Well, actually, that's a good question because it actually allows me to also share my lesson. I feel like for me, it was all about, one, taking accountability, and then secondly, being more, standing more on business, right? I know, again, it sounds like a cliche and whatnot, but standing on business, like, means more than just, just vibes or whatever, like how people look at it, right? It's more about just actually taking everything seriously and take everything for more than just face value. And for me, standing on business was, making sure that if I say I'm going to an event, I'm gonna go there. If someone sends me an invite, I'm actually like taking my time to actually understand what's going on rather than just showing up just to show face and stuff like that. And even on my team as well, like with my co-hosts, like not treating them as just friends, but treating them as actual business partners, right? And one thing that we have is obviously we have that group chat where we share reels and stuff like that related to business. And there was one reel where a woman said, she said something along the lines of, when you do business with your friends and you treat your friends like family, you breed children, right? And it spoke to me because, at times, I kind of let things slide under the rug, and not to throw anybody under the bus or bash anybody, make anybody look bad, but it's just like it kind of makes us stagnant, kind of holds us back when it's like I'm waiting for one episode to be released by somebody that's editing it for me, and they got all the excuses in the world. Not saying necessarily excuses, but they got all this stuff coming up in the world, and I don't take the initiative to at least recommend to do it myself, right? And going back to your question too, is just like when it comes to just the whole idea of like knowing where to go and picking and choosing stuff like that is just understanding what makes sense for me, right? Because I can't just tell people I'm just gonna go to their event just because I'm their friend, right? I can't just go to the event just because I just want the vibes, right? It gotta make sense for me, right? So it's like standing on business, being able to tell people no. I know that's hard for a lot of people, not just me. It's hard for a lot of people to just tell people no, right? So being able to, like I said, make my discernment and stuff like that. For me, like I said, it has to make sense. That's one thing to answer your question. It has to provide value. I feel like for me, at my age, it just doesn't make sense for me to always just be with the vibes and just going with the flow and just trying to have fun. Like there should be some structure. There should be some idea of what's going on, how I could make the most of it. Even if I'm going somewhere I don't really know, it's like understanding where I'm at. Like how do I make the most of it? That's why sometimes I bring my camera with me. Sometimes I just use my phone and try to create content out of it. Sometimes I just try to network. I just try to do anything that I can to advance myself and like further myself there. So I would say that's my lesson, and I would say that's how I've been able to understand what's good for me and what's not when it comes to going certain places.
Thank you, bro. Great response, bro.
What's some of y'all? Yeah.
Bro, you mind catching like B-roll me while we speaking every now and then?
That's what this is doing, right? Oh yeah, but I'm out like move the angle. Yeah, different angles up.
You see the red button? Yeah, I want to try that too. What? Oh, that one. Yeah, I was thinking about that too as she was speaking. Honestly, I think we should just keep it on them. Keep that one on them. Yeah.
Because this one over there was looking. Yeah.
You know how New York niggas don't be networking as much as
Yo, don't forget the cameras in the corner.
See that again?
You know how New York
Nah, you was doing a good job catching
Yeah.
Ask them about that view. Shit like that.
It's not a bad question.
Yeah. So just remember the camera right there.
Oh, that's right.
And then this angle got all 5 of us. We good.
This one got
Shit.
Okay.
Alright, so I ain't gonna talk much in this one since that one really getting y'all.
Wait.
You said this one getting them?
Oh yeah, the phone camera in it.
Shot.
Where the hell
Oh,
are
my phone is in the shot.
in the
Copy.
shot, yeah.
You mind backing up for me? Yeah, I'm tripping. Yo, this light not making you hot.
That's fine. I could just
Nah. All these hidden
Yeah,
cameras. Nice.
that's good. That's good. Nah, like partially, but it's like nobody could notice. It blends in with the couch.
You see a camera?
Nah, what do you call it? The tripod. Yeah.
I don't see.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't see shit.
You mind switching up the camera tripod too? To your right, to your left.
This taking pictures, right?
Yeah.
That tripod's in the okay. Yeah, keep moving.
Yeah.
It's that last leg. Yeah, that last leg.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You put me on. I fuck with this shit. Son. I might have to do a little promo with them. You might sponsor these niggas. This shit's sweet. Bitches gonna fuck with this. Y'all tripping, bro.
They sure they ain't put no liquor in it.
No, dude.
They sure they ain't put no liquor in it.
Watch me put some shit.
There's something going on. I don't know what's going on.
Gotta add this to the bloopers.
It's getting hot.
Gotta add it to the
He said, yo, this like not getting you hot, bro. I'm like, nah. Yo.
So y'all sure y'all don't want to try any? I know you said you fasting.
Straight, bro.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Just in case.
You good?
That's what I was saying. Oh yeah, we got space.
Nah, I'm good.
Just in case the ladies wonder how come they didn't try any. I'm just saying. But no, that's just for the clarity though. They understand.
Okay.
But yeah. So
All right. So I wanted to add, yeah, we Gucci?
Yeah, go ahead.
I bet. I want to ask a question. I feel like it comes with like, I'm not into this podcast space. I'm like, I know that. I'm new to this. I'm antisocial. I don't like to talk too much. Like, they gonna tell y'all, like, Stern World Connections is already out my zone. Cause like now I got a host that talk to people that I'm like, damn, twin. But just going back to like when I know you guys wait, you have a podcast. Damn, I'm the only one in here that's I feel green like a rookie.
Technically, this is your
Yeah.
podcast, so yeah. Technically,
So
this is your
I guess this
podcast.
could go for everybody. It's like, so how do y'all feel like, how y'all deal with like, I guess hosts or clients, right? That come on your podcast or want to be on your podcast, but they running it like this is their program, or they like you telling them like this is this, but then they're like, nah, they want this, and like how do y'all?
I mean, I feel like that's fair though, because it's like for what we represent, that's kind of what we want. We want to provide people with the exposure. So at least for me, I do try to accommodate as much as possible when it comes to what they want in the episode, and what they're looking forward to, if it's just for the sake of content, or just if they want to provide certain information, even if they want to talk smack about the industry, it's like, so be it, because I would hope that you could have the facts to back it up and you could have the results to back it up. So I got no issue with it.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
I definitely say selective upon the guests that you have. Me personally, before I have a client come on the same week, I'll do like a FaceTime call with them. So in the notes section, I'll share questions that they have. They can remove any questions they don't feel comfortable with. Let's say you're someone who just came out of prison. You recently were incarcerated. You don't want to talk about prison in an interview. Totally understandable. We can remove those questions out of there and keep it strictly business, promote your rap, promote your whatever other ventures that you have going on.
Yeah, I definitely do that as well now. And actually, I've done it like a couple times before, but I'd say you got me more into that. Actually asking, yeah, of course. Shout out to you. But yeah, I've done that myself just because I feel like, to your point, there's certain things people don't want to touch on. And some people, like, for the most part, a lot of people I knew personally, or, it's a friend of Mike, Lanaya, whoever. So we always, like, felt a bit comfortable, like, with the person. But it's like, if it's a stranger that's from out of nowhere, it's like, I try my best to make sure that I'm really serving to them, like making sure that they're good on the questions, anything they want to touch on, things of that nature. Even if they want certain, like, pictures or, off-camera type of content, they want to do like a drop for any events or anything like that. Make sure I get that out the way.
I agree, bro. Because honestly, when they coming on, like we kind of just roll out the red carpet for them. Because like a lot of people may travel into our podcast, and some people may pay for a platform, So really, just kind of making it as easy and most comfortable as possible. Because like, just imagine being in a situation where you're on a podcast for about an hour, you asking all the bad questions that they don't want to answer. You're going to start feeling the vibes, and you're going to start feeling the energy start shifting,
Right.
It's kind of almost like being on a date a little bit, You won't really push and ask the weird questions that you just...
You feel what I'm saying? You want to ask them too intimate on the
Yeah.
first date with a joint.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we've seen those viral clips on like the no jumpers of the world and stuff like that. People walking out on a podcast and interviews and stuff like that.
I don't know if I saw that one with
The Cameron joint. AB.
Yeah, AB, when he was like, I think he was I forgot who girl was on the podcast. I'm not
That
familiar.
Baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
That
I think
baby.
she's
Yeah,
like one of the
and he
stage
kept on
goes
trying to flirt with her, and bro already said like, yo, her man's over there, and he was just like, all right, cool, and he kept on doing it. The bro was like, all right, you know what, yo, he's like, yo, I'll pay you for your time, like, I respect your time for coming here, like, here's your bread, but like that, and I feel like in that video, it kind of showed me like, yo, like everybody's not fit to be like on a podcast, like for me.
Some people need to tone down their liquor too. That's what that is. I feel like that wouldn't have happened if he wasn't under the influence of liquor. So if he
That's why, right? That's why. That's why.
Holy shit.
Non-alcoholic wine, man. We gotta give them girls a shout out every time, man.
That's a great promo.
We could see which one's the favorite so far.
Shit, the rose ain't killing
yeah.
it.
Nah. Y'all all got great points. Like having the notes out, cause and being transparent. Like, yo, these are questions I'm gonna ask you. Cause a lot of people, just cause it's cameras and things out, some people, some hosts do feel like, yo, if I ask you a question, you just gotta answer on the spot, or else you gonna look like you ducking the question. So definitely being transparent with them, letting them know, like, yo, these are questions I'm gonna throw at you. That's kind of what makes our podcast a little different, cause like most of the time people who come on, they know we strictly asking about like, yo, how you get into this bread? Like, we touch into personal life and things like that, but nothing too like too out of whack. But some people do like that. They be like, yo, ask me anything. I don't care. Like,
Niggas say, ask about my baby mom.
yeah,
Fuck it.
nah. They tell you straight up, like, yo, ask me about anything. They don't care because they main goal is just like, yo, just get this shit viral. And we definitely do. We definitely did have some guests too. You know, they came on the show and they try to run it like it was theirs. You know, and it comes with it, but we learned our lesson from that experience because thing was, you know, we was still a little bit new, but after the whole episode, we like, yo, why the fuck did we let him do that? Like what?
Nah, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I have those situations.
Yeah.
Like, I had those situations, but that's the thing. That's why I feel like it's good to, like, you know, weed them out before. But listen, some people fake their personalities. If there's one show right now that I could say people fake their personalities, is Pop the Balloon, right? And it's funny because you know what's funny about it? They interview those people too before they go up.
Really?
So it's like to see somebody, like, you know, on a Skype, Zoom, whatever, FaceTime, be so proper and professional, and then come on your show and act childish.
Yeah.
You know, even though I know Pop the Balloon, they go viral with that, but listen, y'all should see some of the stuff that we probably deal with on a week to week, day to day basis, right? Whether it's on camera or off camera, you know. So yeah, but those really are the people I really try to avoid myself. Like, when people talk about, oh, I'm a 7-figure mentor and stuff, like, it just gives me IML flashbacks, man. Like, for the Forex people, like, oh, I'm a 7-figure mentor, like, interview me and shit. It's like,
those are the ones I really want to ask
what?
the real questions. Like,
then you got the ones who'll be like, oh, I'm an influencer. I got 10K followers. I'm like, okay, that 10K people that know you, but I don't. So I don't care.
So quick question, like if I'm inviting somebody on my podcast, right? Do I charge them?
No.
But if somebody reach out to me, do I charge them? Like,
Yes.
I don't know if that's
how I do it.
I don't know how.
It's as simple as that, bro. Like,
I'm confused.
because, like, for me, it's just like it's funny because some of these people you know personally, like, everyone in this room know personally. I'm not gonna air them out. I know when they see this, they'll see it. They feel away. Come talk to me.
No shade.
But it's just like they just gotta understand. Like, I understand it. Like, okay, yeah, we're not like you know, Cam and Mace. We're not like a Jeff Teague podcast. Like, we're not one of those podcasts with like 100,000 viewers and, like, you know, like 1 million subscribers and stuff. But it's like you still gotta respect the hustle, and you still gotta respect the time and the craft itself. Like, to have all these lights here, the cameras, it's not free. You feel me? So it's like for you to come to me, hit me up, look at my face and tell me, oh yeah, like, I think you should pay for it. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up and you just handle all that. It's your show. You do the production. It does feel disrespectful because you don't go to those cameramen that y'all do y'all professional photo shoots for y'all birthdays for and ask them for a free shoot.
Yeah.
You don't go to the cameramen that come to your public speaking events, or if you're an artist, you know, do your music videos. You don't ask them to do it for free. Yeah. If you're a female, like, you know, if you're a woman, you don't ask these makeup artists that do your makeup before the event and your hair before the event, or even the barbers that cut your hair before the event, to do it for free. So now it's like the podcaster, though, he's the one that has to, you feel me? Because it's still a form of content creation. It's still a form of image, right? Everybody care about their image, so understand what it is. Like, unless I reach out to you, it's like there's always gonna be some sort of service fee to something. Like,
yeah,
and that's before you even go to, and that's the thing too. I want to emphasize service fee. This is not because I feel like, especially with black people, I hate to say it, but it's like black people have this notion they're not paying for nothing, right?
Yeah, service fees, taxes, late fees, that shit.
They'll do it.
Bro, that shit be pissing me off.
I'm sorry.
as an
They won't.
entrepreneur.
They're not paying for nothing if it comes from a black service provider. But I guarantee
But
you,
they'll do it at a store, like
I guarantee you feel me? Like, if we were different demographics and from different demographics, different ethnicities, racial backgrounds, all that, I guarantee you probably could be a different response or counter offers, you know, things of that nature. But I emphasize service fees so y'all understand, like, because it's an ego thing. Yeah. Nobody wants to say, "Oh, I got lit off of you." Oh, I paid you for this. Nobody wants to say that. And if anything, people want to hear that. Oh, you got lit off of me. Oh, yeah, you paid me for this. Like, you paid me to come on your podcast, something like that. It's not about that. It's about understanding the service fee is for the service. Because, again, to my point, you don't ask all these service providers for free stuff. So it's like when it comes to platforms, you got to understand this is a service they're doing. We don't have to have you as a guest. As I've been doing these influencers that come up to me and talk about 15K and all this stuff, First of all, I go to your pictures. I only see 50 likes and 2 comments. I don't know about 15K. But exactly. But to my point though, it's just like, you know, understand like this is a lot of time and effort for me to go get out of my bed or, you know, leave work early to come to a studio to make sure all of this is set up to give you your 15 seconds of fame for a couple viral clips and to help you make more sales or whatever the case may be that you want to be on this podcast for. Right? So understand like this is more than just like, again, you getting your 15 seconds. This is like a business. Like, as they mentioned before, they help people make money off of podcasting, right? They're going to help us make money off of podcasting, I'm sure. You know, so it's just like, understand, like, this is a bigger picture than just sitting here, talking your talk, leaving, never hear from us again. Because even for us, too, that's how it be. Like, some people, we try to be friends with them. We try to build a relationship. Never hear from them.
Yeah.
They don't even follow us back no more. They don't follow us after. Or
That's
they never followed us from the beginning. So it's like, hey, all right, you're not going to follow? I'm going to take your money. But yeah, to your point, Cody, though, I know you wanted to say something.
But yeah, honestly and truly, bro, that's an amazing question because, you know, for almost 2 years, you know, we're like, yo, like, we start realizing that people don't want to pay for podcasts anymore. You get what I mean? Meanwhile, they'll come through. It's almost like coming to your house, open up the fridge, eat all the food in the fridge. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't get anything. I don't feel full. You didn't have the fried chicken, and you didn't have that. But honestly and truly, like that's kind of where it draws the line between podcasting and having a business behind it. You know what I mean? Because now you as a host, you can break bread in other ways. You know what I mean? It don't have to always be monetary. Like, all right, cool. You gotta pay to get on the platform right then and there. Like, you gotta think about it. How can I break bread on the outside, like outside of the podcast? So really, the podcast is really just that. It's almost like that. Like, it's almost like pushing you in the shoulder, bro. Like, because it literally just carries you from where you want to get to. And it starts that relationship because a lot of times people are gonna say yes to a podcast. They'll say no to a dinner. They'll say no to coffee. They'll say no to other things. But you can use your podcast to go out and start building relationships and then make money on the back end.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because even like to touch on Cody's point, like when we first started, we was doing charity work. You know, pretty much we was having people on, and you know. He was making them, you know, go viral, making everything hit. And then later on, you know, shout out to Brendan Boyd. He actually kind of taught us a little bit of the monetization aspect of podcasting where, like, even on a small, like when we had probably like, was it 5,000, 6,000 followers, he taught us about the VIP package. So basically that's where, because y'all got cameras, y'all taking B-roll, you can list all these things out and you can charge your guests for it. And then make money on the back end, and then that covers like whatever you know, whatever fees you know you might have, whether it's, you know, booking the studio. So we started doing that because what most of the times is, even if you're posting the clips, these people, they want the clips. They might want the full episode to use it later on. Charge them for that. So you just got to present it in a way it makes sense to them. So then, you know, that's kind of like how we was monetizing early on. And then even if, like, we was in New York, a lot of people might think we was in Atlanta the way we was interviewing a whole bunch of people in Atlanta. Atlanta people, they come out here, they pay for the podcast like that. They don't care. There's no arguing, no bickering, no. It's like, yo, this is the fee. They come out here, they do their podcast, they out. So then you could kind of see how you know, they respect your craft in different places. You know what I mean? But it definitely comes with presenting it the right way. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and to add to that too, is like there's 2 reasons why, because I could agree with you there. Because for starters, those people in Atlanta is entrepreneurial haven. Like, you know, you go find all the 6, 7, 8 figure mentors on Instagram. They're all over there as one. So, you know, they got know what you're paying. And especially too, I'd say like the people that have came to me that do fall into those categories, to your point, they had no issue. Oh, that's it. All right, cool, boom. Somebody told me I should charge way more than that. I said, whoa. The number that he told me to charge him, I said, what? I said, if you want to be that generous, I'll take it. Sure. Nice. You feel me? But the second point too is it's New York City. I feel like New York entrepreneurs per se, we don't take advantage of the fact that we're from New York. because I had a guest from Baltimore. He told me like, you know, the fact that, you know, I get to come out to New York and do a podcast, it's amazing because when I go home, everybody's gonna think I'm, you know, I'm the guy, I'm lit, you know, and whatnot. And he actually wanted to do like a special program where like he was gonna kind of do like he was gonna play middleman basically, like get, you know, a bunch of brands from like the DMV area come up to New York, do podcasting and stuff like that. And I thought it was a good idea, but just like, I don't know, it just never really fell through for whatever reason. And yeah, but even before that, like I remember he used to go live a lot on Instagram and stuff like that. I used to join those lives. He'd invite me to come to the live. Like, oh, what's cooking NYC is here. Yeah, New York City, hottest podcast. Oh yeah. People like New York, like people in the comments like, oh, New York, I want to come to New York. Like people that's on the live with him like, oh, New York, like Adam, like get him on camera and stuff. And, you know, I hide my face and stuff, but still, like, because, yeah, I'll be in my bed, like, you know, lights off and stuff. It's like, damn, y'all try to put me on camera. But, yeah, that's really how it be. Like, New York entrepreneurs, we got to take advantage of where we're from. Because even, like, Cali, too, like, when it comes to fashion, you always see all these brands put Cali, like all over their clothes. Like, you know, it'll say, like, Cali on the side of their jeans. It'll say, like, Long Beach. You know, like, all these different parts of Compton. It'll say all these different parts of New York on their brand. But it's like, New York brands, we just have our logo and we don't even put NYC on it. Or we just put it in the Instagram name and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But if we did, I promise you that's probably going to be one of the biggest marketing hacks out there.
I definitely agree with you. Now, my question to both of you brothers with podcast platforms, how do you accommodate to guests who want certain things that you're just not okay with? Like me personally, for mine, I feel like since people know me from a bartender aspect, yes, liquor is included for the guests. Now, when they see the liquor, the next question is, can I smoke on here? And then the response, I don't like after that. It'd be
that's a no-no.
Damn, bro. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're like, bro, I already accommodated liquor. You feel what I'm saying? Why you want to be drunk and high on it? Like, bro, we good. You feel what I'm saying?
We good.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like, I feel like
we good.
I feel like the people that I attract, they don't necessarily like
Want to smoke.
Yeah,
like even
That's
if
my
like,
damn it. I need to change my.
nah, but look, like even if they do smoke, it's like they do it before, they do it after. But nobody like ever dares to ask like, can I smoke in here?
Niggas do it mid.
They be
Yo,
like,
bro,
yo, do you mind if I just go outside? And I respect that because it's like it shows the professionalism. It shows like, you know, it really does show me like who they are as a person because it shows me you really want to be you taking this seriously. Like you're not good just sit here roll up. You got to take that outside. So.
Yeah. He pretty much answered it. Bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of like what kind of party you throwing. You know what I mean? Like it's just like this ain't that.
Say you good.
That's all you gotta let him know.
Good,
like,
twin.
That, bro.
Just let it be known from out here. Even though I do provide liquor for the guests, like weed smoking is not acceptable. I put that shit in the notes now.
Question: so do you in your podcast free?
For guests who I reach out to, but when they reach out to me, no, I'm charging them.
So say for example, they come out to you and they be like, "Yo, no, you reach out to them and they want to be on the podcast." That right there is a whole VIP experience. You know what I mean? That costs.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Sign
So,
up like a,
like, all right, cool. You can have you on the pod, but yo, I know you probably might want to enjoy yourself. You know, I'm a bartender, as you know. What I could do is I could have a bartender, you know, on the side. It could be somebody regular, pull you up every now and then. You know, that's a VIP experience. Yo, you want pictures too while you're here? I know you probably gonna be dressed up. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna have a photographer in the background. He gonna be snapping some pictures. I send you those pictures when we done.
No, you
All
know
right,
what?
cool.
That's
You wanted to
fucking
do
genius,
this?
bro.
All right, cool. Let me actually include all of that stuff in, and that could be your VIP experience. You get what I mean? You want somebody to pick you up in the Uber? Listen, I send a black truck.
They
to
send
you.
a black truck.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Man.
That's
Yo,
a-
where
I
my
don't know
black
if I'm
truck
doing the
at?
black
Where my black truck at? I ain't get no black truck.
Yo, I'm crying.
Came in a
Nah.
Tesla.
That free podcast just turned into a paid podcast, and you can charge like $500-$600.
All of the amenities that they wanted.
And you know what's funny?
It's extra stuff that you just added in. I mean, you probably was already gonna do it, but now it's like, all right, cool. Like, usually I don't do it, but I do it for you if you take the VIP pack.
And you know what's funny to that? When they view it, they don't see it as paying for the podcast.
Yeah,
They
They
don't.
think that whole fee is for everything but the podcast.
yeah.
So I like that.
And it's crazy because even some people too, they have all these requests. They wanna, when can I get the episode back? All right, I'm gonna charge you a fast service
Return
fee.
Whole time
Can
we
I get
had
my
that.
pictures back? All right, cool.
Expedited.
I'll charge you for that too.
Yeah.
Can I get the clips back? That's another charge.
Or even like a recap, you know,
recap
like,
videos. Yo. So
Everything getting taxed.
that's the thing that a lot of people too, like they get into podcasting, they don't understand like it's different avenues to make money, because at the end of the day, people want certain things. Like even if it's, you know, content, people will pay for the content. So it's just about having those things in place. Once you do, like, you could definitely make some money off of it. Like, because it's even people with smaller audiences that we met. You know, we went to the podcast summit and he was telling us, he's like, yo, I roll out the red carpet for people that come on my show, Black Trucks, you know, photographer, video cat, all of those things.
Take you out to dinner.
Yeah.
All of that.
He charges them, like his charge is a good price, but it's convenience for people and they give them everything. So now you go home, yo, he sent me my recap, he picked me up in the black truck, he dropped me back. Made my life easier. Yeah.
Because even too, like, I know we probably shouldn't give the source right now, but Road Connections, right? Oh, okay, you want to do a public speaking event? We got something for you. Nice invitation.
Yeah, that too.
Now, word at this point.
That too.
That was something I was thinking about off camera earlier too, but I feel like it fit in very nicely just now. So thank you, fellas.
Yeah, for sure. Also,
That's
another
fire.
thing too,
Yeah.
if you working with like a lot of business owners, what you could do is like this. You see where like the brand is on the table. If you're let's say you interviewing a business owner, somebody that actually coming in there, they're trying to promote their business. Like, yo, listen, people are gonna be watching this podcast, but they're not gonna get to the end. I'll just be honest. So what you could do is within the first 15 minutes, you could go ahead and have them sit down in the middle. You be out the shot and let them record a quick ad. It's almost like a commercial. You know what I mean? You take that commercial and you put it in the first 15 minutes. What's your website? What do you do? How do you help people? Now, for example, if it was Prince, he'd be like, yo, listen, I'm a day hey guys, I know you guys are enjoying the episode, but here, listen, I am a day trader. A lot of entrepreneurs out here right now, they're struggling with trades, they're losing a lot of money, and it's costing them too much. And probably you almost thought about quitting. So if you, before you go ahead and quit, go ahead and check me out at xyz.com. And then you just tell them where to go. And all of that stuff can literally be a VIP package.
That's funny. Actually, one of my friend's podcasts, he doesn't do it for entrepreneurs. He just like does it for the public. But it's just like, it was funny because he actually did something like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way. That's a great way to send the traffic out. Yeah, bro. Prince, you need to start your podcast, bro.
This is it. I'm telling you, this is it right here.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I'm slowly getting like I said, even though with Royal Connections, I gained like a lot of skills and communication skills, like talking to people and stuff like that. This is new to me. You know what I'm saying? Like now I gotta. It's like a different hosting in a sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like a back and forth. I can't be dry. I can't be doing this. I in my head, I have to always be thinking of these questions, or I have to keep things going. Versus with like Royal Connections, I'm just like, all right, drop some gems, invite that person up, but then it's like even after that, it's like me shaking on somebody's hand, like they walk up to me like, what's going on? How you do this? And I gotta give them that gem. It's a little bit different versus here. It's like, okay, cool. I'm asking the question. I'm being like, yo, that main person. Everybody gotta like feed off of them a little bit. So like we was talking about, Brees was, me and Brees was chopping up, and I was just like, yo, this is a whole different out my comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the person behind the scenes, like, yo, have y'all fun, do y'all thing. I'm in the back, like chilling. So like actually being in the front, even with Royal Connections and with the podcast, is like a whole new venture for me.
Yeah, nah, bro, it would be fire, because even with what you got going on, when you start a podcast, see, you could really like utilize that to help your business, like in a way, because now you interview people,
I know, I was the only one. I knew I wasn't the only one, man. I was trying my best not to
we can hear that though. We can't hear that. I don't think they can hear that.
The mics can't hear that.
You got scared, bro. You got scared.
Yo.
Say, yo, what the fuck?
How did you wake him up? Wait, how?
That's how the nigga said this. I did this.
Yo.
Nah, man.
Oh, Brody, I don't think the camera. We need to stop him. I don't think we need to stop him. I don't think the camera is. Hopefully.
Nah, I kind of want to keep that in there. Cause I'm sorry, Ayo, to your point.
Now you got. So yeah, bro, I was saying like it basically helped with what you got going on, because now when you got a podcast, people see your personality a little bit more. That's the fastest way you could build a personal brand. So a lot of times, a lot of people, they be like, yo, I'm boring, but nah, the right people gonna find you, bro. And then once they find you, bro, yo, he a day trader? Oh, I want to tap into that. Yo, he do networking events. I'll fly out to New York for that. So the more people are able to kind of tap in with you from a social media standpoint, they gonna shop with you.
Cool.
Yeah, and I love how you brought up personality, because I feel like that's something that I've been preaching this whole summer, authenticity, because I've been seeing a lot of like people that, you know, they were lit in the beginning, because again, these are the guys on Instagram with like the 50K followers, and you know, they get around celebrities, so they say, and you know, it looked lit in the beginning, but as you see fast forward, these are people that, you know, whatever industry they are, you see they're not getting the results no more. They're not making the sales. But, you know, it's cool because nowadays you could just pay these rappers, influencers, whoever to come be a part of your business, and they could help spike it, but still just don't hit the same, you know? So it's like when you have that authenticity, the crowd's always going to follow you, right? And that's why I give a lot of credit to, like, brands like, you know, Prolific Fabric, brands like Distinct by True, you know, guys like those, because it's like I know them personally, like since like even before they got, or I'll say just at the beginning of their businesses and stuff like that, and to see, you know, their growth as people, as entrepreneurs, and also to their growth as people, like people. It's interesting to see that, you know, they never had to fake anything. They were always the same. They just learned more. They just grew, obviously more mature and stuff like that. But yeah, like the crowd never left them, because these are people that are authentic. They're genuine people. They didn't have to buy their way to things. They just did things the right way, did it with the crowd, and never lost it.
Facts. And bro, I wanted to ask you too, what got you into podcasting? Because I know most people don't know that you actually was podcasting before us. Like, what gave you that idea?
Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was around the same time. Because like I said, Mike did tell me about Mike told me about
Yeah, I
you
was
guys.
a little bit
Jones
before.
was
Yeah, I was a little bit before us.
Interesting.
So what made y'all start a podcast, like especially in New York?
It started the stories like pretty all over the place. So it was my friend's idea to do a podcast, but he just wanted to do like a men's podcast where it's like we talk about sports, mental health, stuff like that. And then he never did it. And he was actually a guest on our podcast as well, Shafiq. He never did the podcast because his friends never fell through with it. Everybody kind of just whatever. And then that's when he had his kids, so you know he had to take a step back. And then for me, I still wanted to do a podcast. I just didn't know what to do it for. And then I seen, you know, Freddie do a podcast with my previous studio before they shut down. There was Other Side Studios. There was a podcast called Other Side Podcast. I was watching it because, you know, it was interviewing all the drill rappers, and drill was lit at the time. So I seen Freddie up there. I'm just like, wait, how like I'm confused. This is like for artists and stuff. I never seen like entrepreneurs get a platform. So it inspired me there to just like do something around entrepreneurship, because I don't see entrepreneurs on podcasts. I always see rappers, you know, I see celebrities, stuff like that. So I said, you know, let me start something new. Man, I start that now. Everybody got entrepreneurs. Do your podcast. Like, you know, and I'm not even saying everybody like the whole world, but it's like I start meeting people that just literally jumpstart the same idea as me. So I'm just like, oh, it's like, you know, I feel like I got here at the right time. You know, I would have met, you know, you guys. I probably would have met Corey through
Along
Road.
the way.
Well, actually, no, I'm bugging. I would have met y'all through Road Connections, but I probably wouldn't be as connected with y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just be, you know, somebody that's just a viewer to you guys. You know, as opposed to somebody that I could text, talk to, whatever. You know, on a random day about anything. So. Yeah, that was the journey.
Nah, for real. I say the interest for me sparked around 2021. Previously, before I was like a part of Royal Connections, I used to do TikTok green screen content. I had one video where I talked about Bandman Cabo getting surgery. That nigga saw it on Instagram and reported my page. I lost my IG.
Nah, he is a sensitive dude.
I lost my IG because of Bandman Cabo. So I said, you know what? How am I gonna keep the ball rolling, bro? I wanted to still do my comedy shit, but in the sense of like that's funny as fuck though. I really lost my
shit. You know what social media about? That's how true it
That's
is.
mad funny, son. But from there, it made me want to keep the agenda rolling. From picking up bartending skills, from there I linked up with Breeze. That made me really want to get a podcast episode going. I started looking at places from Peer Space, and I wouldn't say I'm the original like from scratch cameras in the house in the studio basement. My first ever location was this Peer Space location. I understood Riverside. Like my first experience in the podcasting was with a full-fledged equipment. I didn't have to start from
That was the
scratch. So
first
it's,
guess.
I feel like it's easier for me to understand how to edit shit with Opus, Clip, with CapCut. Any software you throw at me, I could edit that shit 10 minutes, bro. But it's just because I know how
type
to,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? I was introduced that way. Some people are straight from scratch, had to buy a microphone, camera, flash. It's different. I definitely would say the spark from TikTok started it, and then being around Royal Connects with my brother Brees.
That's fire.
That's fire.
Fuck Bandman Kevo though, word.
We can't be
Nah,
saying that
that's
on Road
tough.
Connections of all platforms.
Nah, that's tough.
You can say that on Fantasy TV, but not Road Connections. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm cool.
Like he might want to be a guest speaker now.
We don't beat that out a little
Nah,
bit.
but just to shift the agenda though, there was like I said earlier, we have a chat with a couple reels and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So there was one reel that I wanted to point out. It was about the most profitable businesses statistically in 2025, right, or 24, and they were saying the most like lucrative businesses were the boring businesses, right?
Mhm.
And the reason I point that out, especially as black men or black people, I say in general, is just like, what do black people tend to do when they go into entrepreneurship?
Real estate, trucking, beauty industry.
Credit.
Credit repair. My fault. Yeah, that should have been the first.
Credit repair number one.
Athletes,
That got me
Technically.
suspicious a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah.
rappers, technically. But no, the reason I point that out is because, like, you see how quick we're able to list that, right? But if you had to really think about, like, what made that list, what businesses do you think made that list?
Like profitable, not non
Yeah, as a boring business.
sanitation, paper shredding. One of those, gotta be.
Yeah,
That and
that was
also
definitely there.
fucking
ATM
tobacco
machine?
related. Any tobacco business is popping. I don't
ATM
even fuck- We
machines.
cannot put grabber down.
That I didn't see, but I
It's
could
a data I didn't see. ATM machines, vending machines.
that was there.
Laundromat.
Yep, that was definitely there.
Laundromat is definitely.
Landscaping.
Probably, yeah, that was there. I mean, they listed off like the real I say they listed off a good amount.
Anything
So I
like
guess I
small
could go out
space.
my way and really look through, but I think landscaping will definitely be on there. But no, the reason I point that out is because it's like, to the audience, I don't know if you, like, maybe you guys have somebody who put in the comments as well, but to the average eye, it's like, who would think about those businesses?
Facts.
You said shredding, and I love that you said that because I remember somebody in my school, like in the college, I remember she said her pops owned like a shredding company, and he makes hella bread,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was like, mad curious. I'm like, wait, what? People really like,
Yeah.
like that's a thing? And then I remember my first job, there used to be a dude that used to come on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays to come collect like all the shredded paper. I'm like, wait, this is actual business. And then it's like, to fast forward to here, that's profitable. It makes sense because it's like, if you think about it, the most profitable businesses are always could be the ones that solve problems, right? And 9 times out of 10, they're serviceable, right? So it's like, yeah, even if you're looking at it as just like, for example, Twitch, right? People probably think Twitch is the quickest way to make money now. Twitch is solving a problem. What's that problem? Entertainment, right? Finding a new avenue of entertainment, finding the new stars of tomorrow, stuff like that, solving a problem there, right? So people are making money off of that, not just because they're funny and entertaining, but because they're solving the problem that a lot of these businesses need, and that's looking for a new star to, sponsor, right? Looking for, a new platform to put their businesses out on for themselves, right? So even when it comes to just the day-to-day serviceable stuff, like even now it makes me think, like when I walk past my tire shop, I'm like, damn, these dudes probably make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, for example, in the example of a tire shop, I'm looking at it like, well, I probably go here like once a month, once every 2 months. But I don't think about the amount of people that come here every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think about the amount of money they probably make every week.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, it's crazy to when you really do think about things like that in full detail, it's like, damn, bro, like there's a lot of boring businesses out there for us to all like, even try out.
Facts. That's what Gary Vee had said too. He's like, yo, with AI and everything, all the complex things that we used to think about, you just go put it in ChatGPT. So nowadays, all the physical labor, that's what people like electricians, they gonna make a lot of money. People who's even cutting grass, because nobody wants to do that anymore.
Nobody wants to do that.
So now you got an opportunity where you could charge the market whatever you want to charge.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me think of like, us as teenagers. I don't know about y'all, But I know for me, it's like, you know, when it snows, who's gonna shovel that snow?
Yo, kids don't
Yeah.
shovel snow no
You know,
more.
it's
And
the
you know what's
crazy
crazy?
part.
That's
You know,
crazy.
You know what's
That's
crazy?
crazy.
They don't.
No, but you know they don't, and technically they don't. But if they were smart, they would. But not necessarily shovel. They get the what do you call it? The snow plow.
The plow, yeah.
They
bro.
go
Yeah.
rent one
Knock on
out.
people's doors, leave a little
They
flyer.
go rent
You
one
can
out.
print that shit
Go
on
to like
camera, bro.
yeah, like especially if they drive, go to Long Island,
Nah, for
the
real.
rich houses and stuff,
Know
the
what I'm saying?
mansions. You know, go
And run it
to
up,
Westchester,
yeah.
son,
You know, it's crazy. Like,
charge like $100 because
Mhm.
that's a lot of that's a
There's
lot
a
of
lot of
that's
houses.
that's not just a lot of houses. That's a lot of land.
nah, for real.
So it's like
You
it's
could
not like you're
charge
just
them like
doing
that.
someone's driveway. You're doing like a good amount. So
Nah,
it's
for
like
real.
you know that even just walking up to the front door, you might have to go up some steps, walk all the way down. Like you know, it kind of remind me of like the Pokemon video games where you go into the Elite Four. Like you have to take that like long escalator, go over there. Like it's the same type of vibe. So that's a lot of land to cover. So that $20 that I do in the hood ain't gonna cut it. You gotta give me like 100, 150.
125.
Nah,
word.
A good.
Sound like that, you feel me? So that's how I used to be when I was younger.
So I add some salt on the floor for an extra fee.
Yeah,
Make sure-
yeah.
Nah, even that.
Nah, yeah,
even
for
that.
sure.
You know, like just speaking on boring business, like I have 2 ATMs and 1 vending machine, right? And then a lot of people don't understand, like, yeah, they look at the fee like, all right, cool. When I break it down to them, like, oh, you only getting $2. But I'm like, you gotta look at how many people, that traffic that's going through, you know what I'm saying? And let's say I put in $1,000 in the ATM and $2 my profit. If 6 people continue using that, it doesn't matter what they withdraw, I'm getting $2 regardless, right? So now imagine if I put that in, like people, like my ATM ran out by like Wednesday, and I put it on Monday. I go back on that same Monday, put in the bread, and it sells out again. It's like, yo, I'm making profit every time. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't understand how like easy that is. And then if you have more, you know what I'm saying? Like the vending machine, bro. I literally just go to BJ's. Like I don't spend more than probably like $50 on snacks or $60. I'm making more than that. So it's like easy bread coming out. And then just speaking on like the plowing snow. I remember like last year I was speaking on this on Instagram. I literally told people like, yo, it was like what, fall? So you already know like the leaves is on the floor and everything like that. And I was literally telling, look it up on like Target or Home Depot. Like the blower literally costs like, I think it was $70 for the blower. So like, you know, with any business you're coming out of pocket. So like let's say that's the initial fee, $70. Plastic bag, you probably need plastic bags to put it in. Probably need a rake. So I feel like initial startup would probably be like, I don't feel like going over probably like 120. We're just gonna say like that, right? But
inventory costs.
yeah, but then let's say you have, how much houses be on the block? Like 20, 24, right? If you charge everybody $60, $30, bro, by the end of the month, you already made back your initial fee and more, and you're still doing it. And I don't understand how people don't see that. Like, yo, for me, like you already made back your initial investment and you're making more. Just like my ATM, a lot of people feel like, oh, $2,000 a lot, bro. I have an ATM on a boat, and that fee is $5. You know what I'm saying? Shit, and that the people on the boat is like, I knew they throw parties, and a lot of the things they do is cash. So it's like, you in the middle of the water, what else you gonna do? And they say the hookah is $40. What else you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, we're not taking Zelt. The hookah is $40 cash. You know what I'm saying? Everything is cash on them. So
$5 is a good.
it's $5. You in the water. What else you gonna do?
That's
and
a
it's
good
like,
price compared to most. So.
yeah, and it's like you kind of have to. A lot of people feel like in business, I feel like it's some type of, you have to have ethical and morals, but it's like, yo, in business you kind of have to take advantage of like the demographic, because it's like, all right, we're thinking about partying, people are gonna get drunk. Once you get drunk, it's like you saying yes to anything. So it's like once you're already lit and he's like, oh, $5 in your regular mind, if you was on the like in the
Vegas
corner
is
store,
like
you know,
tons.
pull your card out, be like, fuck.
Yeah,
You know,
Vegas
forget
is like
that.
tons,
You know,
so
I'm
it's
going
like,
to exactly even $2. I'd be like, going to the ATM to be like $2. I'm like, nah, because down the block it's like $150. So you get what I'm saying. But now it's like you on a boat, you in the middle of the water, you lit, you want hookah. You know what I'm saying? And then you already know how girls be. They gonna get that hookah regardless. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of just have to
Ain't no the fellas want to show
yeah.
off.
Utilize your exactly that too. Utilize your demographic, especially with these like ATM machines and vending machines type of business. A lot of people feel like you just put an ATM or vending machine anywhere. No, with a vending machine, you gotta put it. You can't put it in Williams. Let's say can't put it in the middle of Williamsburg and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell Doritos, da da da.
Yeah.
People gonna not a lot. That's not the demographic in Williamsburg for me, majority. So you gotta put like, I guess, healthy stuff. Especially if I think I saw somebody doing one by it's Bathhouse. I don't know if y'all know what Bathhouse is in Williamsburg, right? Somebody was putting like diet and stuff in there. Like somebody was putting like energy pills or something. I wouldn't personally do that, but hey, that's what he was putting in there. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes to like these little business, you gotta be like study up on them for me.
Facts.
Yeah, because even one thing too, I would say is like the card readers, like those little 4% card readers. Like when you go to the deli and you use the card and stuff. Yeah, because even those, I think like you only paying like a little bit of like what's out of that 4%. So it's like, think about it. Let's say you rack up like $1,000 off that 4%. Only got paid probably what, like maybe $150. You get to keep $850. So
I feel like that's innovative, especially if you're doing like if you do decide to go like the snow route, blowing that, and it's like a lot of people don't have cash on them. But like, all right, cool, y'all got cash, I got it right now here. Like swipe your card, tap your card. But wait, I think Instagram did an update though. I think iPhone did an update where you could tap your card.
iPhone does that now.
No cap. I know I'm not bugging. They definitely do that.
I mean, no, they have software.
Yeah, like they definitely did that now. Like you can just literally type your.
They have software too for that. Like I see those in like Target where it's like you just link it to your phone.
Yeah, that's crazy. So it's like no excuse. Like it's no excuse. Like you, like if you can't make money right now, you're just lazy. Like you, like
there's too many
ways opportunities
at all.
Like even the guy that got rich off of just not saying anything, bro, just reacted and be like,
"Oh, I know."
Like yo, he made millions, bro. Like
if that's the
case,
just
sad.
I got a question for you, bro. Being somebody who's antisocial and doesn't like to have a heavy social media presence, how can somebody want to get themselves in a different like income avenues? How could they promote themselves in that sense? How could they find multiple ways without putting their face in the front of the business?
It's the same. I'm gonna say like some of them, like certain business, you're gonna have to, like, you know what I'm saying. But like ATM machines, like you don't need to be upfront. You can even pay people to go get the change, anything.
They barely have to see
you. Yeah, like they barely have to. Of course, when you first start off, it's like you gonna have to do that because you don't have the bread to like pay somebody, pays the security guards, the changes, and so you might have to go do it yourself. Like the other day, I'm walking past the smoke shop on my spot, and like I saw. I'm just saying one of the ox just changing at the ATM, and then he has one of his mans next to him playing security, like watching him.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
I just seen that the other day myself too.
I was like, yo.
Lock the store.
And I kid you not, he had like a little taser on him. I'm like, what is going on? I kid you not, he was changing the ATM machine out, and his mans were just standing guard with the like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool for me. And like, I feel like the way they move, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool. If I have me and my mans is doing this business, it's like, yo, we out. Let's go move together. You know what I'm saying? But just go back to you, just like different venues. You know what I'm saying? You could do it. I have Airbnb in Atlanta, and it's like nobody don't know about my face. You know what I'm saying? It's me and another person, but she's the she's the ones that's doing. But I have a part in that ATM in that Airbnb. Like you don't know about me unless I just told you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like unless I just told you. But it's like stuff like that. You could even do like Airbnb and co-hosting. You know what I'm saying? Some Airbnbs like they might have the money and they want to revenue. They want to what's the word I'm looking for? When you change up things.
What rebrand?
Nah, what's the word? When you like they want to do that, and you could be the investor to pay like, all right, here's $2,000 to change the tiles, change this, change that. Boom, you're corner with an with a Airbnb, and nobody know your face, nobody know nothing. You just getting money,
in it, and they have no one knows about it.
You just own the bread. You know what I'm saying? You just getting bread, and you're like, all right, cool. And then you want to go somewhere. You're like, all right, cool. I got an Airbnb. Just go out there for me. So
man, opportunities out here. Let's get to it, y'all.
So I got a quick question for y'all. So y'all being guest speakers and Raw Connections, like, if you had to tell the audience, like, how was that experience, and why would you recommend them to come?
Yeah, I was just there too. That was at 2 years. Yeah, 2-year anniversary.
Oh yeah,
2-year anniversary.
I'll definitely say, for people that's watching, when it comes to getting in a room, probably that's one of the most important things that you could do for your business. Me and Aya, we didn't know each other in high school. We didn't know each other in college. We didn't know each other growing up. We met each other inside of a room. So what you guys are doing are creating rooms in the city. You know what I mean? So definitely that can definitely open up a lot of opportunities because you never know who might be there. You never know what kind of things may turn out of it. You know, our podcast, funny enough, it actually started in a room. You know, almost like a networking event conference. So use this as an opportunity where you can go out in your area and go out and start building relationships. You know, so getting inside the room is definitely important.
Yeah. So one question I wanted to ask too. I just looked at it too. So I think y'all did that on your show as well. But we talk about assets and investments and stuff like that. But what about the liabilities, right? And I think y'all probably know where I'm going with this question, right? So $1 million just falls in your lap tomorrow, or not even a million. Let's get even crazier. $1 billion fall in your lap tomorrow. First thing you spending that on, and it can't be like my student loans or something. Like it gotta be something like
related?
Nah, like it gotta be like, all right, so like those of y'all that know me personally, like to the audience, like y'all know I love the Story of OJ song, cause he always be saying still nigga, right? And I'll be always saying still, like anytime I spend money on something I know I shouldn't, I'll be like, damn, this is a still expense, right? So what'd you say is a still expense for y'all?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going on StockX and blowing up. I'm going wild. I'm getting every sneaker that I couldn't get when I was. Like, I'm bugging out. I'm getting the Olympic 7s. I'm bugging out. I ain't gonna lie. Sneakers are gonna be up there.
Not gonna lie. I already got 3 different chain ideas.
Son, I was just about to go there.
3
bro.
different.
Still nigga shit, bro. I just did an event with a jewelry store. I go right there. I know they gonna give me a disc. Y'all just diss with y'all, nigga.
Yo, I got
Y'all
3
hook me
designs
up,
already. I
gangsta.
promise you.
Like I'm bugging out.
I promise
I'm
you.
bugging out.
Honestly, for me, you about to say something?
Yeah, now you go, bro.
For me, bro, honestly, I really wouldn't even know, bro. $1 billion is a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money, bro. I definitely experience some new stuff, go different places. Especially if you got $1 billion, bro, you could think big. You could freaking buy a yacht. You could
Space,
freaking-
land, your own
Yeah.
acres.
A whole
Yeah.
helicopter bro, I just want everything done for me.
Facts.
Literally, I
Nah,
just
for
want
real.
everything
Nah.
done for me. Like, I don't want to drive. I need a driver.
Yeah,
I don't want to cook. I have a chef. You
Mhm.
know, like all the necessity, like
yeah.
everything that I would have to do, bro. I just hire out.
And that's why I said $1 billion, because it's like, I know for the things we said, okay, that's way less than $1 billion, but it's like $1 billion kind of makes you feel like, okay, like I could do this risk free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy
You
because
almost fuck up like
You
almost
were.
every day, bro.
it's crazy
Yeah.
because not,
That's
true.
And
But-
it won't affect you.
but not even to
Like,
turn into
what
like LLC, social media now. What they call it, LLC Twitter, but you could turn those liabilities into some sort of like a write off or something, right? Like depending on what you're using it for.
Yeah.
I've heard some things like that,
I feel like that room.
like with jewelry, like Don, he told me that. I know he said it on your
Yeah, you
episode.
spend it
as
on your
well.
image. That's promotion. Branding.
Sneakers, same thing.
I mean,
so.
what's the tax write off when you got $1 billion?
Yeah, like
No,
I ain't
that
gonna
is
lie.
true, though. That
I
is
want to look. I'm not worried
That
about
is
that.
true.
I'm paying somebody else to worry about that. Like, and I think just like I think even with that, like when you have a lot of people don't know, when you start to get like money, you need to start paying people to do certain things for you.
Exactly.
Because it's like you could be worried about your taxes for a whole hour straight, looking at receipts and doing this and doing that. You could pay somebody that could be another business call that you on the phone, like, yo, how much for this building, or some kind of contract that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as you level up in business, it's like, you got to understand, like, yo, I need to start paying somebody to do something that I'm doing in my life that I could be doing something else with that time. I could be on a real estate call, looking at different
That's a fact.
buildings, looking at, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's
All
the
these
same.
billionaires, they hire people who smarter than them around them,
Yeah.
smarter than them in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
They hire you. If you know more in real estate, they'll invest in you. They throw you a bag, but you just got to get them a return. So
Yeah.
they know to
Niggas like
delegate
mafia.
them things, and then that's how they keep their money. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely wanted to ask y'all, being that y'all go to so many networking events, what are some networking tips that y'all got for like, the audience, and then also like what's the Like, what would you say is like the coolest relationship you built through networking and going out to an event?
Well, first I want to hear your answer to my question.
Yeah, you ain't answer.
You didn't answer.
Oh,
it.
really
What would
not?
you do with a
Yeah.
billion?
Oh, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably splurge on some. I like watches.
Yeah, me too.
That's a Rolex.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Movado. Oh.
Yeah, so I like watches. I'll probably say I value my time a lot, so I'll be the type to kind of hoard it because I'm like, yo, you know, when you look at money in terms of time, you realize like, yo, if you got $1 billion, shit, you don't got to do nothing, you know.
Literally.
You don't, you know. But the faster you spend it,
The less
faster you back.
function,
Yeah,
done.
you back to getting on that grind and sleepless nights and you know having to hustle to get it back. So it definitely would be like investing in the right things, multiplying it, and just one thing I realized is when you start making a lot of money, you just get smarter. Like if you look at all these NBA players like LeBron, they start getting wiser because now they're hiring the right people around them. So that would probably be another play. You know, it's gonna be expensive up front hiring the right people, but it's gonna pay you back
Double.
10 times. Yeah.
Fact.
You know.
Shit, I even get a whole bunch of health biohacking stuff too.
Yeah.
Bro. Like literally, because all these billionaires, bro, like they look. Some might be like 60, 70 years old, bro, and their biological age, they're like 35, 50
Yeah.
years old. You know what I mean? Because they got enough money to go ahead and make sure that they getting all the right supplements and all the machines and equipment. Like when I get a bag, bro, like I'm telling you, bro, like the health part of my life,
No,
bro,
you
I swear, bro, I'm about to be an
because
influencer.
you gotta think about it, bro. Like how long you want to live here, bro? Especially if
for
you work
real.
hard for this money, bro. Like
Yeah, that's what I was saying about mental health. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get there.
Yeah.
For real.
So that's another thing I add on too.
I know it's a side note before we get on that other question, but do y'all feel like when y'all do get rich and y'all move out to the outskirts and your houses, you know, out there and stuff like that, are y'all gonna miss like a good bacon, egg, and cheese, like a good chopped cheese, like
That's where it
like
comes
a
in.
good
That's why-
Arizona,
I
like
don't think so, because I just asked the chef to make it.
y'all bugging out.
That's why people come
I
back
just
home
asked the
to
chef to
visit.
make it, bro. Like,
Huh?
I just asked the chef to make it.
It ain't gonna be the
Bro, you're a
same,
chef, you're a
man.
chef that
Nah,
you-
bro,
that you
I'm,
do
I don't
food.
know.
Y'all
I'm
cannot make
getting
the
a
same
West
roti
Indian,
and
like
chicken
my
curry
chef
from
gotta
back
be a
home in
West
Flatbush,
Indian
bro.
person, bro.
Like I don't even think the oxtail gonna hit the same. Like
That's why I said I'm getting a West Indian. Well, first of all, you know I don't like.
Like it
oxtail,
might be
that's one.
sauteed a little bit more, less seasoning, but
I'll get a West Indian chef, bro. So,
Or that's crazy though. But
yeah,
questions,
yeah,
tips. I feel like the biggest I had to learn, and I kind of learned it like over time. Even I learned this back like at working at Foot Locker. They just threw me on no training at all, by the way. They just threw me on like just throw me in the shirts, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm sitting down, I'm watching. I'm seeing everybody get sales, and I'm like, all right, how the hell how everybody getting sales? You know what I'm saying? And then later down the line, when I went to Nike, which was Nike before COVID, it was like, all right, cool. I was supposed to. They had a 3-day orientation, and I was supposed to work the Friday, and that's just the same day the city got shut down. I was getting paid by Nike, and I never worked there. But they also teach us about like open-ended questions. You know what I'm saying? So like a customer walk in, the first thing you need to look, kind of look at them and just like, yo, bro, I like them shoes. How long you had them? Now you talking up a whole conversation with them, and then it's like now it becomes a little bit more personal. So now it's like you don't have to ask them what they came here for. They're gonna be like, yo, I came here for some socks. Where you they at? And you can point them. And then it's like this was my favorite time of the year when favorite time of the week or the month when sneakers about to drop and like so ones come out, bro. I remember at Foot Locker we used to have like let's say ones come out, whatever the theme was. Let's say some black and yellow ones dropped out. We pick up. We know you coming for the ones, but then I'm like, yo, you need to fit. Where you going? Like, yo, here's a shirt. I'm not asking you if you want a shirt. I'm bringing the shirt to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is this. So for my biggest thing with networking event was asking open-ended questions, knowing like, yo, not to ask a yes or no. Ask like something that like you could eat off of, the conversation could connect with. So definitely ask open-ended questions.
And what was the coolest relationship you built through networking? Like
Damn.
your best relationship you built?
Best one? That's a hard one.
me.
I'm gonna come back to me. I gotta think about that one.
Definitely. I answer one of those questions. See, for the first part, when it goes up to networking, I'd say being comfortable with interacting with other people. Me, I'm already an extroverted person, so going out, shaking hands, saying hi to some people I've never met before is nothing taboo to me. But if you're someone who is, Bring something that's going to start a conversation with you. Let's say you have a tripod, you do content. Bring that around with you when you conducting these networking events, whatever. Oh, hey, you mind getting on video with me? What do you do, by the way? I'm Corey. Nice to meet you. Would you show me your social media platform?
Yeah.
You just got somebody's Instagram. Now they about to collaborate you on a fucking Q&A or whatever you about to do in that video. Definitely, I'd say. Cool people I've met from like networking. I'd say Ethan. I learned from. I actually got in tune with life insurance from Royal Connections, and because of that, the person who signed me up for life insurance, I then did a private event for his father and his girlfriend that same year. That was pretty dope. That's a Royal Connection.
That's definitely that type shit.
I would say for me, actually, I definitely do agree with you on the bringing like equipment with you, but not even that, but just making yourself useful in some sort of capacity, right? You know, in that case of like taking pictures of people always want to take a picture. So me, I do walk around with my personal camera because I know people just go look. Even when I go, like even if I go to a birthday dinner, I offer it. Like, you want me to take your pictures for you? Because I know I get there, everybody's gonna look at me. Oh shit, yo, you got a camera over there, and then they be like, "Yo, you take flicks, bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I'm getting there. Oh, let me get your Instagram." No hesitation. I'll just be like, "All right, here's my business page. Give right to them. They follow, even if they don't see no photography on it, they still follow it just because you know they're connected to me." So when I go to these events, that's the first thing I try to do. Try to make myself useful. Try to you know, just be as personal as possible. Because one guy I've been seeing a lot on social media, this dude named Funny Salesman, and he's a what do you call it? He's definitely a funny salesman. No, for real.
The one that he like raps and rhymes or something.
Yeah, he rhymes when he talks. He's like, "Hey, shake a hand, be the friend." Like that dude, like he knows what he's doing. Like, you feel me? So it's like I've been watching his stuff recently. I've been taking notes on that, and then even just for looking at who I used to be. I was a shy kid. I never used to talk to nobody and go outside, nothing like that. I'm just like to see the way like I evolved to be like this, you know, outgoing dude that's like always talking, speaking. You know,
now he Mayor Adams.
Yeah, now I'm Eric Adams, right?
Always
But it's just like to see that growth. It just showed me like what was I ever scared about? Like, you know, we go to like, you know, not even just parties, but just day to days. Like girls walk by and we talk to girls. Like, well, if I'm not scared to talk to them, why am I scared to talk to anybody in this room? If anything, I think I'll probably be more scared of them because shit, you know, New York women, they mad aggressive with it. So it's like she might curse me out, but if I go to a networking event, who the hell's gonna curse me out? Nobody. Everybody's trying to make friends. Everybody's trying to make connections. So what am I scared of them for? If you feel me, I'm not even scared of like, you know, anybody outside of the event. So yeah, because the same way I could talk to them, market them. I could talk to somebody on the train, market them for anything. Right? I've done direct marketing. I've done MLM marketing. So it's like, you know, I've done affiliate marketing. So it's like, I know what it takes to market to people. So if I could do that with strangers on the street, if I could do that with women at a party, I could do that with people in a room that's made for networking and marketing.
Right.
So yeah. So
and what was the coolest relationship you built through networking?
That's a good question. I was thinking about that. One person, I mean, through networking, I would say Maurice Philogene. That's definitely been a mentor of mine. You know, especially we had that connection, us both being Haitian. But I would say like that was more like through social media and stuff. But I would say through like World Connections and not just World Connections, but any network event. I would say Coach Tanisha Phillips, for sure. Coach Phillips. Yeah, you know, she's definitely like, she keeps it honest. She I like her a lot because she don't like buy anybody's like BS. Like she'll look at you with a dead straight face and like just be like, yo, just
say what you gotta say.
Say what you guys say. Like don't beat around the bush, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So she keeps it real. She like, you know, she's official. Jessica Jones as well. I love her story. Her husband. So, you know, I always gotta give her a shout out too. And for what she does for like women, like as an inspiration, I feel like her story has to be told everywhere. And if you on my TikTok and my Instagram, you see she's like the most viral person that I've had so far. Like all these reels are doing like 100K. It's a lot of women in the comments that have been trying to reach out to her, that's been following her, you know, that have the same story, that want to relate, you know, try to you know, make those connections, they relate to her, you know. So yeah.
Just to go back to that question, that last question.
Yeah, then we got wrap up.
Yeah, we got rapper Curtis Qual. That was my mentor.
I had a feeling he was gonna say
yeah,
that.
like
I
that's
was say it the first time.
Yeah, like I don't know how I forgot about that. Yeah, that's where everything started with me, with like Real Connections and, you know, like stuff like that. So like that's definitely been the coolest person. 1 month after meeting him, he had me like in a penthouse. I'm just like, alright, for me. But yeah.
Yeah, Kurt is definitely the networking king.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
fact.
And what about you, Goldie? To wrap up.
What's one piece of advice on networking?
Yeah, networking. Coolest relationship you built.
Well, it might be funny. Bring a gum. Make sure your breath ain't hot.
Say what?
Nah, for real. That's a part of it though. But honestly, really just put it on. Like, go your best self. Dress to impress.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely.
Definitely.
You'll feel more confident in how you showing up, and it'll make you want to talk to people a little bit more. Also, another piece of advice that I give anybody that's struggling with networking is go with the intention of actually meeting people. Preferably go by yourself if you can, and also set up a timer on your phone, and literally just, if it's a lot of people in the room, just put a 30-second timer on your phone. Before it hits 0, make sure you're shaking somebody's hand, and that'll be able to get you like warmed up in a way, so that way you can start shaking some more hands if you're more introvert. And also another thing is like, don't do too much, when it comes to networking. Don't do too much. If a person want to keep it, brief, you just keep it brief as well. Share what you got going on, but make sure they're talking more than you are. Because a lot of times you feel like, sometimes you get carried away. You're just talking all about you. And I ain't gonna lie, I be zoned out sometimes. Like, I literally be zoned out, and it don't be like, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's like, all right, bro. And then we just wrap it up and just move on. But don't talk about yourself all day. As far as cool relationships, I met my guy Ayo. We're doing business together. And what we're working on right now is definitely some cool stuff. And it's really going to change up the way how people see podcasting. It's definitely going to change up, the relationships and the things that we're looking to have. It's almost like an AMP kind of that type thing, what I mean? Where one person make it, and the fact that we taking things to another level, it definitely just opens up doors for a lot of people. So, it's been definitely a cool relationship for sure.
All right. So, Prince, it's your show now. You want to wrap it up?
Facts. Facts. Yeah, just wrapping up. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Thank you so much. This is the second one. Looking forward to doing this more often, and just pulling it up. Like I said, this is new to me, so just bear with me, guys. I'm gonna just learn as I go, and I have experts here with me taking notes every day. So until the next time, beat me there, don't meet me then. Catch you guys later.
Yep, and all of our ads will be in the description.
For sure.
Facts.